had candy. Well, whoever it was, hello. Yeah, don't respond to Michaela's email. Isam, I think is going to send an email in the morning or tomorrow afternoon or something. So, but I don't fucking know. He at least wasn't cranky, and I was trying to not be cranky. Just trying to impress on them. Hey, look, we need the demo site because I can't document. I mean, I can, but you're gonna be changing this shit anyway. So it's like, yeah, we need a working demo site. I can't just put in text because they'll throw a hissy fit. So, but yeah. But I scheduled a live stream to start 5 minutes ago. I'm taking a bit of a work break here. All right. Have a safe flight home. All right. Bye. Hey, welcome back. It's as always good to see you today. Hello, Liz. Wife. So good to see you. How you doing, love? I've missed you so much. Tree Boy Ilya, so good to see you. I hope you're all doing wonderful. I hope you're having a good day. Um, my brain just needs a little bit of a break from work, so I could take a nap, but we're gonna watch a little bit of QLR with you all instead. So I'm also drinking a protein coffee because who doesn't need coffee at almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon? So yeah, I'm going a little crazy with work. It's not good. Not good at all. The customers pissing me off. But what do we want to watch from Rosie? What do we want to watch? Do we want to go back a couple of years ago and watch something? So we watched a little bit of the videos talking about her, I almost said nontism. That's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it nontism when it comes to her OnlyFans. You trying to get my channel taken down, Ilya? I'm not even monetized yet. Fuck. Um, we do we want to go back and watch one of these old videos where she went to Mustard Lady Got Me. Is this the mustard and cottage cheese lady? Because this is when Amber Lynn started doing her mustard and cottage cheese. Um, do we want to watch some cooking vlogs? I've unsubscribed from Haze, fat activism, and fat acceptance movement. What I eat in a day and hunting for new therapist. Uh, let's let's uh Rosie's experimental cooking. Let's watch some experimental cooking. How's that sound? Yeah, Libby, that sounds great. Okay, great. Thanks, guys. All right, we are going to unmute her.
Is what?
All right, hopefully the sound is okay. All right, it has been storming here. I think it is past me right now. So I think we should be good for a little bit.
Whoa, looks like. This year on
We'll
Arm
watch a
Hammer
little bit.
Baking Soda
We
Rocky.
might skip around a little bit. I'm not gonna watch every single one of her videos on my stream. We're just dipping a toe. We're dipping a toe into the Rosie pool. So let's we have Curricula Rosie.
Real right. Like her train with
Sorry. All right.
TikToker.
Shh. Here we go.
I do try to stay positive, but I also stay real. And this is fucking real right now. I really like this TikToker that I found. Her name is like Shay Click or.
Oh, Shay Click. I really like her videos. She's funny. She has some really great recipe ideas too. I've seen her on YouTube. Um, not TikTok because I'm not really on TikTok that much. Something I find interesting about her videos is she seems to have always done them as premieres because they all have this like live chat replay. So she would set her videos to be premieres, and then people could chat in the live chat with her about her little video. Not only that, you can also do, well, I don't know if she was monetized at this point, but you can get super chats as well.
Train with Shay, I think, on TikTok.
Yeah, Train with Shay.
And I just like her energy. She's fun, and she makes these like recipe videos. A lot of them are like cottage cheese based most of the time.
There are a lot of cottage cheese recipes, but she has a lot of really good recipes. Like she'll show in her shorts and stuff on YouTube. She's also a lesbian, so it was fun to see men being all like, "Hey, baby," and like the comments and being like, "You're not really a lesbian." And she would post like videos being like, "Yeah, I really am gay."
But she does like these batches of similar recipes with similar ingredients but different profiles, and I love cooking that way.
Yeah, she will do a lot of like fast food dupes. Like, hey, if you like this at Taco Bell, let me show you how to make a higher protein, lower calorie, lower carb version. And she'll do a lot of like restaurant dupes, like how you can make this at home instead. Or she'll do some videos with like, hey, if you like Starbucks and you want this pumpkin spice latte, instead of it being 400 calories, let me show you how to order one that's only 150 calories instead. So she does a lot of those type videos too. If you like that sort of thing, she's Shay Click on YouTube. As I'm eating Taco Illigan. What's Taco Illigan? Let's do a Cali. Let's get right up there into the camera. Although what I'm reading is over here. Taco Bell, what the fuck? What the hell's Taco Illigan? Is that some new taco? You're like, Taco Bell, fuck. You know, I've never had In-N-Out, and I've never had Whataburger. I've driven to Texas how many fucking times in the last year? Never gone to Whataburger. We have Whataburgers in Springfield now too. Never been.
It's economically sound. It's easier for meal prepping, like a lot of reasons, right? And
Wait, what'd she say? I'm sorry.
and I love cooking that way. It's economically sound. It's easier for meal prepping, like a lot of reasons, right? And she made multiple recipes that I want to try, but one of them that I like have everything for, they're already kind of.
Is her volume okay for you guys? I'm sorry, she seems a little quiet to me. Although I think that's just me because my volume is set to like 15.
Have it in my brain how I want to make it is this like cottage cheese pizza dip. So it sounds really good, and she was even talking about eating it on pasta, and I have a little bit of a bag of pasta. I've been kind of craving it, so I thought that would be a better way of making it, like, you know, more fulfilling or whatever. So let's experiment.
She is speaking softly. I'm not sure if maybe somebody's home and she's just trying to not be too loud.
We already got a new.
You know, I need to really get my Stream Deck set up because for every single Rosie video, I need my boob shot thing to pop up. Because we've got the cleavage out in full force in every single Rosie video. Her tops are fighting for their life.
Thing of cottage cheese from Costco, but there was just a little bit left in this container, so I just added I don't know how much exactly. If I make too much, I'll keep it in here and save it, you know, for whatever. I currently have the water starting to boil to make this pasta. This is what I have left. I just want to use this up, honestly.
Sustenance of penne pasta.
And so, yeah, like I said, we're just gonna kind of experiment here. I'm gonna take some of this garlic puree. I love this stuff. Take about this much. I'm going to add some salt.
Where'd some of the chat messages go? There were more chat messages over here.
Onion powder.
Paper's looking mighty big for its britches there, Poppy.
Skip.
Some garlic. And then this next part's my spin. I'm gonna use some pizza seasoning from Flavor God. Very excited.
Okay, adding in some pizza seasoning.
Do a good little bit there.
Do I have
And I'm gonna take some of my favorite Classica sauce. She uses Rayo's, I don't have that. And that shit's expensive.
Rayo's is expensive, but it's good. It's tasty. So we're making a pizza pasta, a healthier pizza pasta.
Because I'm a saucy girl.
Oh. We have the opposite of Amberlynn. She's a saucy girl, not a dry girl.
And then I'm gonna take some Parmesan cheese.
Lizzie! Hey, girlie, how you doing? I am glad to see that you survived camp and you made it back home. That's right, the name triplets are in the house. I'm sorry, I'll never say that again.
Again, I'm just eyeballing everything here. And then I'm gonna take some mozzarella. About, I think that much would be good. It's roughly like a fourth of a cup, give or take.
Yes, Liz Rex is Liz, and then Lizzie R is Lizzie.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and chop up some pepperonis and some roasted red pepper.
So you could get the turkey pepperoni. You would have lower calories and fat using the turkey pepperoni. I'm glad I'm streaming too, Lizzie R. I just needed a little bit of a break from work for a few minutes here. And I'm gonna spend it with you guys.
And throw it in. Yeah, my workspace is small, so bear with me here.
Sorry, I'm plugging my phone in.
I'm just gonna try to basically, I'm not making anything look super perfect. Just kind of
Aw,
bite-sized
thank you,
chunks.
Ilya. I love watching you when you stream. You crack me up. Alright. Watch those phalanges. From you
How
to
much is this
you.
making? I definitely think there's gonna be leftovers.
Back when I was so young. Oh, young and carefree. Is she making a pizza of sorts, Lizzie R? She is making, so there's a creator called Shay Clicks. I think on TikTok she's Cook with Shay. She does recipes, like healthier versions of things. So Rosie is making kind of a version of like a pizza dip. And she's going to be putting it on pasta. So yeah, it is, it's cottage cheese. We got three kinds of cheese. We have cottage cheese, Parmesan cheese, and mozzarella cheese in there. And then some spices and pepperoni and red peppers, roasted red
Sauce, which is
peppers.
awesome because I know how I normally cook, and I use a fuck ton more of the standard cheeses over cottage cheese. So if I like this would be a great recipe addition into my life because I love pizza flavored things. You know, I just love making like pizza flavored stuff. Obviously, who doesn't love pizza, right? So I'm basically going to put this mixture in a saucepan and wilt spinach into it.
So it's funny, over here in her live chat replay, I'm not seeing half of the people. Like, she's talking to people, but they're not appearing in the chat. So I'm wondering if a lot of the people that she was talking to in here have been blocked since then. So we're not seeing their comments in these older videos. Because I have the live chat replay on.
She just microwaved her version. Yeah, I think this is good. I just think this is gonna need a little more salt. There's not a lot of salt in the pizza seasoning.
No, but your cottage, well, you're not the cottage cheese. Your Parmesan cheese is going to have a little bit of a salty flavor, and your pepperoni is going to have a little bit of salty flavor in there too. But you do
There's a
you,
little
boo.
bit, but not a lot. And everything else didn't have any extra salt added. I did add the Parmesan, so there's a little salt factor there. But yeah, I'll come back and I'll tell you what I think of this. This is so exciting. I have a new phone stand and light situation, so I can kind of toggle and show, like, go from down here to up here, and I might have to lean in a little bit. I have the pasta boiling, so I just took it down from medium high to medium. I'm gonna strain this real quick.
Right, so we got some pasta boiling.
Then I'm gonna take this container and just dump it in. It's too thick. How do I want to fix that? I don't know how to water.
I can't hear her.
This is basically seasoned water.
That sounds tasty, Lizzie.
There we go. Oh, awesome. So now you can see it's a little bit of a looser mixture. I'm just not even worried about cutting this up. I'm just gonna...
Oh, we're throwing some spinach in there. You could chop that. Oh my god. You could chop it up a little bit. I mean, it's going to reduce down, but if you chopped it up, it would. Okay, just ripping it by hand. Okay.
Chances are you already have a Grammarly subscription. The easiest way to score top essay marks like this is to just ask Grammarly to...
Over here in the chat, there was somebody that I think was blocked. Rosie, after your kale salad, Rosie was asking, are you under 18? My channel isn't really for children. And then one of her mods asked, do you want me to block him? I saw some videos pop up that when I was searching for Rosie, about people under 18 being in her chats, watching her videos and things, and some drama around that type of situation. We could go watch that as well. You're triggered by Grammarly. I think that person ended up being blocked because she says, okay, I apologize. This channel is not for children. I can't stop you from watching, but I'm not going to be able to engage with you further. I wish you well. Wonder how old he is. Only because your teachers are always like, you'll get nailed for academic misconduct if you use Grammarly. It's AI. What are they going to do? They can run it through scans to see if it comes up for like uh for like stealing content and things, but I mean, I understand they don't want the AI like writing your papers for you, but if you're trying to just improve your writing, like, hey, check this grammatically for me. Is this correct grammar? Okay, tell me why, and then you can learn from it. But there are people that there are people that are gonna, just use it to write their whole papers. Yeah, everything has AI these days. You just can't get away from it. Everything is gonna have AI. So if they're like, you can't use any AI, then you can't use anything. Go to the library, find a book and a pen and paper. That's gonna be the only way you're gonna get away from AI. Okay, we got some saucy pizza sauce.
Okay.
So over here in the chat, she's saying that absolutely no hate. I have strict views about engaging with minors.
Oh my god. That is good. It does taste like healthier than what I normally make, but that's it's delicious. Like I seasoned it really well. Like, which is honestly that's a good thing for me. Like that's what I'm trying to go for here. Like obviously if I use a shit ton of cheese it's gonna taste more cheesy, but I'm actually really satisfied with the cheese level here. Here. I have a new idea because that spinach really bulked this up in a good way.
But a BF that engages with minors is just fine, apparently. And this was 2 years ago, because there's been some things around minors being in her chats or watching her videos or something.
So, okay. It's awesome. Okay. Oh, I'm splashing everywhere.
Oh my god.
Have to
Brought the
clean this.
boobs into frame.
So what I'm gonna do.
What are you doing putting it in the cottage cheese container?
It's roughly about half the pasta.
Yeah, it's very runny.
Maybe a little more than half.
It's very liquidy.
Next time I won't add the water because the spinach released a lot of moisture.
Yeah, she's talking about the spinach releasing the moisture. She could have cooked the spinach down first and then put the spinach in. Why are you putting it in the cottage cheese container? You shouldn't be putting something hot in the cottage cheese container. Hey, Devi. How you doing? Gwyneth Paltrow is releasing a clothing line. I think we should. No. Oh, that sound.
You know what? Perfect. Okay, the rest of this can cool off in here.
Good days start with homemade breakfast sandwiches. Technically, so can bad days. But come on, how can you have a bad day after eating bacon and eggs smothered in Land O'Lakes cheese?
Can I do a haul for you?
Eat it like you own it.
Meet Shark CryoGlow, the new
haul
med
of
spa-inspired mask with under-eye cooling. IQ LED technology uses high-powered LED and deep infrared for
Ooh, we should get one of these. We should get a Shark Cryo Glow. Uh, I don't wear flip-flops, and I would not buy anything from Gwyneth Paltrow. Oh, I meant to finish watching that weird face mask commercial. If you think anything in Gwyneth Paltrow's line of clothing is gonna fit my fat ass, you are delusional.
Get right there. I just got some food on myself.
Alright, so she's eating about half of this. I really don't want Gwen's budget basement Tom Ford, but
Awesome. Bon appetit. So off the gate, the first mistake I made was adding water. The spinach released almost too much
Yeah.
moisture. So if you look at the sauce, like it's kind of, I don't even know if I can show it to you without spilling it, but
it's very runny.
Let me try this. Hang on. Let me show you. Like, you see how it's kind of watery?
Put the boobs away. She will never put her boobs away. She likes having those things on display. I feel like I need to bring in the Amberlin sensor hand and put over there. Do I have it? Do I have the Amberlin sensor hand? No, I think it's on my other. I think it's on a different. It's on a different. What the fuck are they called? Scene.
That was one of my main mistakes.
Your eyes are up
But
here. Let's
I'm
raise
gonna
the
try
camera.
and buy it with like spinach. Maybe I'd even use less spinach next time. I love spinach. That's why I put a lot.
Wow.
But it really made this very watery.
That's right. Boob shot.
That is genuinely so good.
It's genuinely.
And I would eat this with cauliflower rice, mixed veggies, gnocchi. Yeah, next time I won't add any water. I'm gonna have to kind of play around with the ratios and stuff, because this is very liquidy, like in a not great way. It's almost like a pizza soup with pasta.
Why is someone calling me on Instagram? I am streaming. Why are you calling me? Hold on, let me message this person really quick. I am so sorry. But somebody's trying to decline. Jesus, hold on, give me 1 second. I don't know if this person meant to call me. I don't know why I'm getting a phone call on Instagram. Let me see if I can. Hold on. I'm streaming right now. That's bizarre. Um, maybe it's Aunt Tammy. No.
Which, I mean, that's a vibe.
Sorry for that pause face there, Rosie. That was a weird pause face.
Vibe wasn't the vibe I was going for. But the vibe. The red peppers really add so
You're gonna
much
close your
flavor to
eyes
this.
for a little bit.
And I'm really like proud of myself because I really, as you see, I struggle with portioning. That's one of the reasons I want to hire a dietitian.
I thought she was gonna say, that's why I want to hire a gynecologist. I thought that's what she was getting ready to say. I struggle with portions, so I want to hire a gynecologist. I don't know why I thought that's what she was getting ready to say, but that's what my brain thought she was getting ready to say there.
Because measuring things and tracking things is a major issue with my ED. But I want to work on it. You know, like I want
the
to.
New tooth looks good. They did a good job fixing your chip there. But I'm sorry. Just responding back here. So sorry. My apologies. They made your teeth look better before the accident.
Figure out ways of making it not so hard like on me mentally.
For some people, tracking and weighing and doing all those things can be triggering if they have an ED. Maybe Rosie has an ED that is triggered by that. Didn't she have BED? Or has BED, I guess?
This is kind of like a pizza soup. That's delicious, though. I'm not even mad.
You're gonna just drink it?
And I'm curious to see how much the pasta absorbs the liquid in the leftovers.
I mean, it might thicken up and absorb a little bit, but...
Because it might even be thicker tomorrow. But
thicker than a Snicker.
Dang, dude. This was my take on the TikTok recipe.
Awesome. That is so good to hear, DV. How are you feeling, by the way? I haven't really talked to y'all much since we haven't been doing our Saturday night movie nights, and I've barely been streaming. I'm glad that you are 40 minutes away from ringing the bell on the last one. That is incredible. Why don't you all put some celebration there in the chat for DV? Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate DV completing her chemotherapy. You're cancer-free? Cancer-free? That is reason to celebrate. Let me pop over to my channel. If I can find the right emoji. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find an emoji. I have to scroll. I'm scrolling. Where the fuck is it? There it is. Cancer-free. I love it. That is such good news. I am so happy to hear that. So happy to hear that. Because we got to keep you around. You can't escape us that easily.
I'm gonna start making more of her recipes. I really want to try the cottage cheese cookie dough. I'm very curious about that. But I don't do protein powder. Hey y'all, so
Oh yeah, there's something triggering for her about like whey protein powder or something. What are we doing?
my timer just went off and my reminder, but it
What would that say? Journal something positive.
Hey y'all, so my timer just went off.
Journal something positive and something I accomplished. You better not go anywhere.
And my reminder, but
I'll
it says journal something positive and something I accomplished today. So this was homework that I was given in my IOP, which, by the way, I use that term a lot. It just stands for intensive outpatient program.
You know, I don't have an issue with protein powder for some. I mean, I mix it in with things, right? Like I have the Rise, the marshmallow flavored protein powder, and their Skippy peanut butter protein powder. And I'll mix it with I'll mix it in like oatmeal or in with like yogurt or mix it in whenever I make my Ninja Creamy ice cream. I'll put protein powder in it. Yeah, I mean, I'll mix it in with things that like where it adds flavor to it because I use the flavored protein powders, but it doesn't taste like protein powder. My Fitbit is like rubbing my arm or something. I don't Oh, you know what it is? I think it's that. Anyway, doesn't matter. My Fitbit is wounding me.
And essentially, it's like a hybrid of like therapy and group therapy, but it's not structured like a normal group therapy session. Basically,
Okay, yeah, lovely. All right, what else do we want to watch from Rosie? How about what I eat in a day? Oh yeah, she did a video with Obese to Beast. I don't think I've seen that video, but
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing.
so September. So this is 2 years ago. That's all you'll be doing from now on. Damn Skippy girl, you celebrate every damn day, because that is amazing.
My best, even though I'm so
Absolutely
stressed
amazing.
out. Everything just feels like a test. Deep inside won't let me.
I do try to stay positive, but I also stay real. And this is fucking real right now. Hi, welcome to me.
Hi, welcome to me. All right, we are sitting down in the kitchen.
I'm not joking. I've literally filmed, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos that I haven't even edited, and I think 2 or 3 of them are gonna go in the trash, if I'm being honest with y'all. But and that's on ADHD perfectionism. Since the whole interview launched and everything, it went crazy.
What interview? Was it the interview with
viral on
the
TikTok?
behind the
And
scenes podcast?
the podcast did really well and
Hair flipping
stuff, and it's just kind of been like a bit of a mind-boggling experience in a good way, right?
So this is another premiere. Why did she do all of these premieres? I guess so here's what I think about Rosie. One of the things that I've picked up, she is so desperate for attention, whether it's from reaction channels or viewers, that she makes every single one of her videos premieres so she can be in the chat, like engaging and talk, which is fine to engage and talk with people, but most people don't make every single upload a premiere type thing, so they can do that sort of thing. But she only has 1 downvote. Apparently these things aren't accurate, the downvotes and whatnot. But she's so desperate for attention. Like, she was like reaching out to reaction channels. Like, if you saw Zachary Michael's video, like, oh, maybe you can react to my friend Rain, which we should watch a video about that. Oh, we should, if you want to react to my videos, I'm okay with that. Just kind of like asking reaction channels for the, I don't know, the view, the exposure, and that sort of thing. Woke up from a 3-hour nap. Oh yeah, that Benadryl and an IV is gonna knock your ass out.
Right, like it's been a little overwhelming, but like overall, like a really positive thing. Initially it got a lot of positive feedback and all of that, and then as it's been growing, I've been getting more negative feedback for a very
Oh yeah, you're never gonna have 100% positive feedback. There are always gonna be people, no matter what, seeing things from a negative point of view. I haven't seen that interview that she did on that podcast, but
various amounts of reasons. I think the most constructive one was that I was really rambling, and
here she is. Oh, Obese to Beast talked about me? Oh boy, was he nice. But somebody just said, hi, Rosie Jean. You're famous, beautiful girl. I watched you on Obese to Beast today. I love watching his channel. You looked amazing. Stay fierce. She was on his channel. Oh no, this was before that. So I guess after she found out that he watched her video or something or talked about her, that she reached out to him. Well, this was a year ago instead of 2. The dates on these things are always way off.
I struggled to stay on topic, which is, true. I'm gonna go ahead and just like kind of get back into the swing of things and do a little bit of a day in my life vlog. Like, you know, I've been on this healing journey and working on myself and stuff, and I'm going back to work next month, and I'm anxious about that, and I've got some stuff I need to do today, so I thought I would do that, plus like I might do a little bit of a like what I eat in a day. I don't know, I haven't fully decided if I'm doing that or not.
Apparently you
but
did.
I have some of these potatoes that are like, I got them
But here, I have some potatoes
on a reduction, so I was gonna like bake them, but as you can see, like I have to cut some of these off. Like that looks wank, so I'm gonna just turn them into, I guess, like fried potatoes and share them with my brother before he goes to work. I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what I've been up to and what's been going on. I've been struggling a little bit with getting back into like the swing of things, and just like, honestly, I have been like holding myself back. Last time I checked, I think that TikTok was over like 9 million views. Something fucking inconceivable to me.
That's TikTok that hit 9 million views.
And you know, all the negative feedback is what it is, but I think the best part about this whole experience has been the messages I've been getting. It's actually been kind of sombering, really, to realize how not alone I am in these experiences, and people who have gone through similar things as me. And I guess for me, the other issue, quote unquote, that I feel like I have with this is just this big assumption that when people are watching this content, or like the 1 minute TikTok, that I'm saying that I'm blaming you know, the topic of feederism on my weight gain, when if you guys who know my story know that that's obviously not the case. You know, I was actually fatter than I am currently when I discovered what feederism was. And yeah, I have to remind myself, you know, the world doesn't take too kindly to people that look like me. So I know that's an aspect of it for some of it. It's just been hard for me to get myself back into the swing of things, and so that's kind of what I'm looking to do right now. And today I woke up at like around 6 o'clock in the morning, rested, and so I'm gonna try to take to take my sleeping schedule to a place that's not like, you know, crazy. So yeah, I'll keep y'all posted. Howdy, y'all. So real quick, let me just show you. Currently working on these fried potatoes.
So we got the potatoes.
And realistically, because I chopped up, like, those potatoes are gonna go bad if they're not cooked. So I went ahead and chopped them all up, and it looks like I've got about 2 batches worth. So I'm gonna be cooking probably for the next hour. So I'm just gonna eat one of these little strawberry cheesecake yogurts, and then I'm gonna chop up some fresh fruit, and I'm just gonna eat that while I cook, because I don't want to like be super ravenously hungry. It's already 8 o'clock in the morning, and I've been up for about 2 hours, so I'm feeling hungry.
Did it take you 2 hours to chop those potatoes?
Okay, so just wanted to show y'all, I like a lot of fruit. It's basically fruit covered in yogurt. So I'm gonna just kind of eat on this. Yum! I'm gonna eat on this and wait for these potatoes to cook. It's gonna take forever. So I was gonna make my brother eggs, but there was only 2 eggs left in the house.
And I wanted them.
And so he gets to have some of these potatoes that I made, and he can figure out what else he wants to do. But,
well, I mean, you could make the 2 eggs for your brother and then get some more. But is that bacon? Does your brother not like bacon? And you said that you were gonna make the potatoes and share some with your brother.
I made myself a little egg Sammy.
Oh, so the eggs are fried. So, instead of splitting the eggs and one egg for her, one egg for her brother, so instead of sharing the egg with her brother, she's taken both of the eggs. Like, nah, bitch, no eggs for you, brother. These eggs are mine. She couldn't split the eggs and have an egg for her brother and keep one and like one for herself.
I made myself a little egg Sammy.
So
take this extra
bacon,
piece of egg that's hanging.
Oh, your brother can have that little. Your brother can have the piece of egg that doesn't fit on the bread. Come on now.
Here, I'm just gonna kind of. I did some hot, soft fried eggs. I am so annoyed I'm out of my good honey, but this honey is not bad.
You're putting honey on it?
I prefer to use local honey because it's good for your allergies, but I ran out and I haven't bought a new one, and clearly we have honey, so.
You're putting honey on your egg sandwich? I mean, I know people do, like the McDonald's, like the McGriddles, but we have honey on this. I'm
gonna just do a little honey drizzle. A little drizzle drazzle. That's it. And I prefer to keep my bacon on the side, so I'm not gonna put it on the sandwich. But you know what, actually.
Yeah, salty and sweet, I guess. So just eggs and honey. And her bacon's on the side, but it looks like she's getting ready to put the bacon on the sandwich.
I accidentally over microwaved this one, so I am gonna actually put my bacon on my sandwich because it'll make it better. I like chewy bacon. So I did 1 scoop of potatoes with an egg sandwich.
1 scoop of potatoes? That's a big fucking scoop. Yeah, I don't like chewy bacon either, Liz. It has to be crispy. I have to have crispy bacon. I prefer turkey bacon too. Okay. Not an awful breakfast, but I just can't get over the. We only had 2 eggs, so my brother gets none. Did you make him some bacon at least, or were there only 2 slices of bacon left too? Just in time for a mountain of taters. Hey, Echo, how are you? Yeah, I mean, now potatoes are the most satiating food, so that is a good thing. But yeah, that's a lot of potatoes. It's a big breakfast. This is a very filling breakfast. And she did just have that yogurt cup with the strawberries too. It was kind of a first breakfast, and this is second breakfast. She's a hobbit. That explains it. Girl math.
And this is what I'm gonna have for breakfast. So, yeah, I'll check in later. I was just chilling. I was about to start doing some research and some different things that I need to do today. And I'm just kind of blown away because I was just like hanging out and I get a notification that Devora tagged me in something on Instagram, and I was like, oh, like, because it's been about a week. It's been a little over a week. So I was kind of surprised, and I guess the Daily Mail wrote about her video with me. And my friend, I just told my friend about it, and he was like, what a bullshit conservative tabloid rag, like, fucking for real. Anyway, they literally said that never said this, that my stalker targeted me for my good looks and all these, and like, their interpretation of the words that came out of my mouth, fucking wild. Which, you know, like, ironically, I had an issue where when the Daily Mail wrote about me back in April, they misrepresented me.
Well, Daily Mail is kind of a tabloid. It's not exactly hard-hitting news.
the fact, like, I'm like, I see this happening, and I'm like, that's why I've been getting more troll comments. At least in the past, like, day-ish. I don't know how long the article's been out. I haven't even read the whole thing, and I don't think I want to. Seeing what I saw. Because at the end of the day, like, you know, I know my story. I know that situation is nuanced, and some to YouTube since the interview but what I eat in the I might not eat both of these, but I have some Sunbelt like peanut butter chocolate chip granola bars. I grabbed 2. I'm definitely gonna have one. Because I'm also gonna finish off. I have a mostly.
Hey, look, yesterday was a hungry day for me. I had 1,900 calories yesterday, which was more than I typically have been eating lately, but the tacos I made at home from my Hungry Root box didn't have the leanest ground beef, but this is a lot of calories.
Drunken 2-liter of caffeine-free Diet Coke. Because just like as a side note, I don't subscribe to any specific diet. I don't do any kind of restriction of any sort.
Okay.
And
No,
you will have to pry vegetables and fruit out of my cold dead hands before I ever consider carnivore. I would love to stop getting comments asking me if I'm gonna do carnivore, because the answer is no. Never.
We don't need the close-up for that. We don't need the close-up.
No.
No!
Anyway, that's my rant for today about carnivore. No. So, I'm gonna enjoy my granola bar. Whew, okay, so.
Did you just wake up from a nap?
Now my light's charged again. It died in the midst of me filming earlier, but I'm like so riddled with anxiety right now because I just spent the past hour doing some research, making some calls, like doing something I've been procrastinating.
Ironically, eating beef jerky as she said that.
For, I don't know, a month.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Shut up.
Area is very limited, and so I finally decided that I'm just like biting the bullet, and I've expanded my entire search to the entire state of Florida, and I'm sticking strictly with telehealth services.
Okay. Oh, she's looking for a new therapist. Oh, what? Oh. Are we having anxiety?
And so
I decided not to edit this part out like I normally do when something like this happens while vlogging. You could have put the text in a place where we could read it. Yeah, she's in Florida, Lizzie R. I use a mixture of deep breathing, stimming, and somatic technique while one-handed to help because I realized mid-vlogging I was extremely dysregulated. She does a lot of therapy speak, I've noticed. Go Jaguars, I guess. Like a one... Sorry, just the text on the screen is so cheesy. Like a one-winged butterfly hug. Look up somatic butterfly hug if you want to learn more self-regulation techniques. Hey, if it works, I guess. But
okay, sorry, I'm feeling a bit dysregulated. Anyway,
she has a lot of therapy speak.
Hang on a second. Sorry, I had to take a short stim break. Anyway.
Is it because of the non-tism? It's because of the non-tism, isn't it?
This is a very overwhelming process for me. So basically, I was speaking to a lady on the phone.
Yep, sure.
Previously 1 year about at this. What they and
yeah.
done is I've never like tried to find a therapist that has the caveat of being like a sex therapist as well.
What?
Given that I've been
Okay.
the translation in that topic.
Does diet have an effect like super highs, lows wise? As far as what, Lizzie R?
In terms of feederism and the like, and it's a very common decisions and things that, you know, years in my adulthood where I did make certain decisions that I want to understand why I did certain things that I did and what I can do moving forward to heal from them and be better from them. I don't know. I just made the calls. I haven't found anything worth noting yet, but it's been different.
Yep.
Kind of see it behind me. That's a gigantic piece of rotisserie chicken that was frozen. They're like called rotisserie chicken tenders.
What's with, is that the potatoes still just chilling there?
So I've got some going in the air fryer to go with my salad. I'll show that in a second. Go ahead. Yep. Yeah, I'll show mainly pre-shredded like cabbage coleslaw with a little bit of spinach. That I didn't really.
All right, we got a salad.
I don't like is you season it. So
it's going all over the place. Fuck.
And just kind of stir that up.
Sugar having an impact on anxiety, needing to stim. Not an autism myself, obviously, because I'm not drunk, but I mean, sugar could have an effect on that. I don't know. She doesn't have autism. She doesn't have autism.
So it's like a sweet onion dressing, dried at a mom.
She got evaluated for it, and she doesn't. She has some characteristics, but she's not autistic. She still says she is, though. You got lettuce. What? You've got some food. You got some food on your chest.
Oh.
You can't see it though, can you?
Hi, y'all.
I mean, sugar makes you happy. It gives you energy, and then it crashes.
The vlog did not go as I expected it to. I had a lot more on my agenda for today. After my last clip, I received a call or two, one of which was a helpful therapist that said she was gonna send me additional information for therapists that might be able to work with me.
Yeah, sure. All right. She says that she's autistic, so that's why she does the stimming and stuff. Her brother was diagnosed as autistic whenever he was a kid. In my opinion, don't these customers know I'm watching a live stream? In my opinion, she learned things from watching her brother, and she mimics those things because she wants the attention. That's my opinion. But let's watch a couple of videos here from Nikki Tia. You can go subscribe to Nikki Tia, Nikiiteea. I think I shared this in my Discord, but some things here, because like we talked about the autism, how she doesn't have it, but she insists on saying that she is still autistic. She got a channel taken down and was basically celebrating getting this channel taken down. This was uploaded just this is just like a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
This particular person has just been a menace in my life. And this morning,
not Cam Nyan,
YouTube intervened and terminated their channel. The joy that I feel is immense. And so we're celebrating. Because they have done so many horrible things, not just to me, but to other people too.
I don't know
Hello,
if
Up
this.
to Par.
I don't know if this
So
channel is. Oh shit!
This particular person has just been a
channel is
menace
still
in my
down or
life.
not.
And this morning, YouTube
They're appealing,
intervened
so
and terminated their channel.
I guess not. Channel's not
The
back up
joy that
yet.
I feel is immense. And so we're celebrating. Because
What did this channel do? What did this channel do to you? Why are we celebrating getting a channel taken down? I want to know what they did.
they have done so many horrible things.
What
Not
horrible
just
things?
to me, but to other people too. Hello, Up to Par.
Were they stealing your content? Were they uploading it without editing it? Were they outright lying about you? Or were they just catching you in things or telling the truth? What did this person do? What did this channel do?
So their channel is gone. It went bye-bye. And again, the joy that I feel is immense. So this particular person has just been a menace in my life.
Somebody down here says, I hope they're behind bars. What the fuck did they do? I don't like that. We've already watched this one. So, oh yeah, I watched, this is a new one. I was like, what? White Knight doxing.
I didn't know if he was nearby or not, but at some point during this process, I was able to recover my old Snapchat that he was on, and I was able to like confirm his location where he was at, which also confirmed the White Knight doxing I did.
The White Knight doxing I did. Doxing. You just doxed them. It's not like you're a white hat hacker going in trying to expose vulnerabilities in a company's security to try to help them. What the fuck? Did you dox someone to protect people? Was this a serial killer? Was it a PDF?
To save myself, because that's how I saved myself from him, is essentially White Knight. I learned that term sometime in the past year, which is like doxing for a good reason, for a good purpose. Like I never published it, but like
if you didn't publish it, then did you actually dox the person?
there was this like freak connection that I think I dived a little bit into on the podcast. I don't remember, to be honest. It was like I didn't know if he was.
She sure has a hip, and she does. She really does. This is one of my favorites. We watched this last time, but the not a butterface. This just makes me laugh.
The people that tend to succeed in that kind of stuff, just a girl, are people that have
the screen caps that Nikki T does on this are diabolical. I mean, you can catch any one of us with horrible faces during the streams that we do or videos. You just got to pause it just right, and you'll catch us with the most god-awful facial expressions.
How should I word this? That don't have unfortunate faces. And if you have an unfortunate face, yikes.
She's talking about Foodie Beauty.
I'm just saying, like,
yes,
I'm very fortunate in the face department, alright?
The shade in these edits, it just makes me laugh. Because you can catch any of us with a horrible look, just looking like trash in any of our videos. But here's Nikki T trying to take her down a peg with this little, I'm fortunate in the face department, and then there's a screenshot of you just looking like a troll. I mean, it's just like,
I mean, I don't have the most fortunate of all the faces in the world, but my face is fortunate.
Catch somebody yawning. We're gonna look horrible while yawning.
I've never known the struggle of a butterface.
I've never known the struggle of a butterface. She has I mean, hey, girl's got confidence in spades. I wish I had even just a fraction of this girl's confidence.
You know what I mean? So, my heart goes out to... I'm being so shady. I need to stop. I mean, you could think she's pretty. I'm just saying my opinion. But yeah, you can just go ahead and drop it, because we're moving on. Because I don't think evil people are pretty. The people that tend to succeed...
But you weren't saying anything about her being evil. You were saying she's a butterface. You were saying she was unfortunate in the face department. You weren't saying anything about, I don't think she's attractive because she's a crap person. You didn't say anything about that. You were being like, oh, she has an unfortunate face, but my face is fortunate. I am just the hottest thing ever. You know, you didn't say shit about, I mean, maybe she did because we're just seeing clips, but yeah. But here is, so this is a recent thing up here. I thought these two here were interesting because well, it's, this is 47 minutes long, so we're not going to watch this today. Maybe we'll watch this the next time I take a work break, maybe on Saturday. But this one here I thought was very interesting because it continues the whole thing of Rosie faking illnesses or faking conditions or things. And Echo, same. I can't imagine being this self-absorbed. Can't either. So I didn't know what the fuck she was doing here, but it's going to be funny. Here in a second, she's going to shake the wrong hand. I was like, what? Lizzie R. I am this self-absorbed. It's exhausting. Girl. She says something about that wasn't my right hand or something. Back up. What? And then she shakes out the other one. So she's sitting there holding that one, and then she shakes out the other one, and then it's like, oh, let me shake out this one. It's almost like she realized she had the wrong hand. I don't know. It's very suspicious. I don't know what condition she's trying to co-opt here. Wait, being beautiful has its drawbacks because what about my hand? I don't know. I'm honored just being this close to you in chat, Lizzie. I know we should all feel honored to be graced by Lizzie R's presence. Let's just take a moment to soak in the beauty that is Lizzie R. I need to get her on camera and put her face up here so you all can look at her instead of looking at this. Actually, I should put anything up here so you can look at it instead of looking at this. Because this does not need to be looked at. But it's like, what is... Okay, now let me pop my knuckles. Let me do this one. Let me... Oh, something's wrong.
It happens pretty often for me.
It happens pretty often for me. I've been watching some of her lives the last couple of weeks. Or at least listening to them. And I haven't seen anything like this happen to her during these live streams while she's cooking or anything. So I don't know what condition she's trying to co-opt here from this Chronicles of Chris. Let me see if I can get Chronicles of Chris here. But this is her.
The one thing that has really been bothering me lately is my hand issues are not something that I can fake. My hand issues impact me real time.
Lizzie, I'm going to be so for real. I look like an elf with big scary tartar eyes. You're tiny. You're like 4'11". So I think she's friends. She's friends with Chronicles of Chris. Because here's a video of them cooking together that you can't see because I am not sharing that part of my screen. Does this channel not? Sorry, I'm trying to find this person's channel. There we go. Chronicles of Chris. This lady right here. Oh, I think I might like her videos. Oh, autism and OCPD. I got a tarot deck. Aw, she's a witchy girly. So she does meal prep. She does weight loss. She does things. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna give her a sub. She has 568 subscribers. No, it's not carpal tunnel. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to look here. Okay, we got some sign language. Sign language is hard when you have hand issues. That's why I can't do sign language, because I have hand issues. I always play an elf in D&D. Elves. I play elves all the fucking time in D&D. I love playing elves. You get dark vision. They make great rogues, great rangers. Because you get a dex bonus. Yeah. I play I play D&D on Monday nights with a group online, and we play every other Saturday, and we stream those over on Twitch. Anyway, sorry, back to this.
Just like my sister's agoraphobia, my hand issues are not something that I can fake. My hand issues impact me real time. Just like my sister's agoraphobia, it impacts her.
Another condition that Rosie has said she has. She's just collecting illnesses and diagnoses like fucking Pokemon or something. I don't know. Ooh, gotta catch them all. You know, it's how many medical conditions and health issues can one person have? I mean, you can have a lot, but I mean, she's just like, it's like she meets somebody that has a condition and she absorbs it into her and tries to take it on. Agoraphobia must be so horrific. I don't know why you'd want. Yeah. Why would you try to take this on?
Every single day. Every day. My hand issues, my hands are not painful every day. My hands are not in pain 24/7. I want to put that out there. My hands are not in pain 24/7. I used to be so scared to say this out loud. I think it's really, really sad to know that anybody would use this level of functional degeneration as a joke or for attention. I am not
like Amber. I think she's worse than Amber in that department, to be honest.
Disabled. My hand issues are disabling. I have to spend money to make sure things work properly. I have to wear these to stop me losing functionality of a very important part of my body. It just makes me really sad to know that people out there will use something that is so disabling, something I live with on a daily basis, the fear that I may lose the function of them one day, and use that for attention. Just makes me think of all the times I
have that concern too.
Expressed my emotions behind it, and I shared what it feels like and shared what I'm going through, only to have it replicated later. Anyway, I gotta put my gloves back on and go back to work. Thanks y'all for listening.
So here she is again doing whatever it is she's doing. It's so performative what she does, everything she does. I can't tell what she mouths there. Something about it wasn't for my right hand, or it wasn't my right hand, or something. I don't. She's like, oh. See, so far, the only condition she seems to actually have is not understanding what a small scoop is. So maybe new classes are needed. You know. I saw there was some video where she was drinking her tomato soup out of the fucking pot or something. But it's insane. It's the way that she's just like collecting all of these diagnoses and taking on things from other people. And then we have the whisk.
Honestly, what the fuck happened? What is this?
You used a plastic whisk in your gravy.
I was live on members only. We did 4 hours. I read poetry.
She read poetry. Yeah, so this was like a week ago. Excuse me. Where is it here? Sorry, I feel a sneeze coming on. We have a dating update. We have major dating life update. I don't know. But she was making some gravy. And burnt her whisk. But sad poetry about the diagnosis fiesta she has going on. I think that's it. She needs to make more friends that have medical issues, so she can co-opt them. Liz Rex, I can't with the drama. I know. Opening a wish list. I feel a sneeze. Did I already say that? It came back. We need to discuss what happened in my last live. Ooh, she's got some animation going on here.
Love your hair.
What's going on?
It's easy to spot me on the court, I bet.
What about Kelly
But
Clarkson?
you've always been like that. See me?
Yeah.
Before you hear me. All done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Not so fast. I love
Come
you.
on. Wow.
Think clean beauty is new? Not for us. Clean is how we care. With formulas.
Ooh, what happened in your last live? Oh, we're looking so pensive. So pensive. Are you gonna talk? Are you gonna talk, Rosie? Just wait for people
Hey
to come in.
guys, I'm gonna give people a second to show up because this is an unannounced random live. I'm aware, and when I'm ready to start talking, I am planning to turning off my chat just until I'm done talking, not to hide from anything, but simply so
but because I want to be this whole thing getting attention.
So I don't get derailed or distracted, because I feel like there's a lot that I need to say, a lot that I need to talk about. You're fine, New Name. You're totally fine. So if you missed the last live, I will try to briefly recap that. I'm just going to give people a moment.
She speaks quickly, but we're going to speed her up a little bit.
To come in. So there's a lot that needs to be said, and it's not, I'm not trying to chastise anyone or be upset with anyone, but there's a lot I need to say, and yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and like I said,
this was August 29th.
I'm gonna turn off my chat just because I want to be able to talk without the distraction,
because ADHD brain
or like, because with the ADHD of it all. I will turn the chat back on because I think that I want to have a conversation, but just since I'm doing this in a live format, I think that's the best way to go about this. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my chat. I will turn it back on, as I stated. One moment. Well, I don't know, so I'm putting it on none, so it hides all chat messages. You guys, oh, I think the chat's still available, so you guys, I think, can still chat, but I'm not seeing the chat, so that's how I'm choosing to handle this for right now. I'll turn it back on, and then we'll go from there. Mods, if people are getting out of control, nasty, I would just time them out, because I'm not looking, so any of those decisions are up to my mods. So
somebody in the chat said, okay guys, let's talk about how we really feel about the bracelets.
Where do I want to start? So in case you missed my last live, it started off like fun, lighthearted, and then the topic of Amber came up, because obviously there's been a lot happening on that side of the internet.
Because you've been kissing Amber's ass, you're up Amber's ass, and you're besties now, and there's been lots of crazy stuff.
And in her life, and there's been comments that she has made that I just did not want to add to the dogpiling of, and I did not want to add to the discourse on, and I did not want to.
We haven't got to this in Amber's. I will catch up on Amber's videos, but I believe this is about when Amberlynn made the pun she was trying to make in the Locals live Discord chat, where she made a comment that could be construed as transphobic. So I think that's what this is about. And now she's trying to distance herself, I think, from Amberlynn. That wasn't the right screen that I just hit my spacebar on. Are we still over here? Can you still... Yeah, everything's still good? Alright.
Publicly... I don't even know what the word is.
Denounce?
Like, I guess publicly, like, decimate her for, and...
Publicly decimate her for.
I wanted to be able to talk to her privately about these things and handle it that route. And I felt that I was handling it in a way where I was being more neutral, and I was being more...
So I can understand if you are friends with someone, and apparently Amber and Rosie have become friends. If your friend says something that's a little, don't say that, I could see you wanting to approach it delicately. Because Amberlynn does not take criticism well. So you have to handle Amberlynn with kid gloves if you're a friend of hers and you're trying to approach something like, hey, I think maybe you need to apologize for what you said, because here's how it looks, here's how it came across. It came across as transphobic. It's not a good look. Thank you for the update, Lizzie R. You're eating the Twix. Did you bring enough for the rest of the chat? Did you bring enough Twix for everybody, young lady? Does your mother know that you're eating a Twix? I don't think Ashley would give you a Twix. That seems a little sus there, Lizzie R. You're sharing. Oh, thank you.
I guess just trying to be understanding that maybe she didn't intend it in the way that it was being taken, but regardless, the impact is the impact, right? I'm somebody that has always believed in the saying, like, intent does not equal impact. And because I intend for a lot of things. Like, I intend to, you know, do things in ways that are meant to not harm people, but you can still harm people. And
sure. Somebody in the chat's like, wait, who's Amber?
I've decided that I need to distance myself from her and her content.
Lizzie, Ashley would never, but Ashley doesn't need to know. Well, you know what? You're a big girl now out there on your college campus. You can go get a Twix bar whenever you want. You know what you can also do? You can go have McDonald's. Didn't you say you haven't had McDonald's? I mean, don't go get McDonald's. I mean, you know, their fries are pretty good though.
Because I have a mod here. I'm not going to name them. Some of you may know who I'm talking about, but I have a mod.
You tried a burger from Wendy's and it was disgustingly dry? Really? I like Wendy's chicken sandwiches. Their spicy chicken sandwich is quite tasty. Hey, Heather! Good to see ya! Ashley's gonna make you run laps. Their fries are yummy. Their fries are good. Damn it, I keep hitting the spacebar on the wrong screen.
Who has been a part of my community for a while.
Sorry, Rosie. Give you my attention.
Who did say I could talk about this, and who did say, like, I got their permission. I had a good long conversation with him. He is a trans man, and he's someone that I know knows me, at least on a parasocial level, and who I know...
He knows me on a parasocial level.
Values me as a creator, as a person, and my community, and has been around for, like, a while. Like, this is a long-standing person in my community. And my...
Is it Obese to Beast? Obese to Beast is not a trans man.
opinion, or excuse me, the opinion of my community matters to me. A lot. It does. When I walked away from that last live, any time where long-standing subscribers turn on me, especially in multiple, multiple people, not just like a one-off situation or a one-off person, clearly I'm doing something wrong. And I have to sit in that uncomfortability and figure it out. So I think the live ended, I don't know, like 4 hours ago. So this is still pretty fresh, and I'm still processing, and I'm still trying to figure it out. But one of the things that was said to me in that conversation, because
her and the parasocial thing is fascinating too. She thinks so many people online are her besties. She has quite a big audience. Hey, some of you are my besties. Some of you in my Discord are my besties.
He was explaining to me how people were seeing this as, like, and I may be paraphrasing here, so I apologize, but basically explaining to me how, like, the community was seeing me as, like, turning on my morals and these things. And so I asked him directly, I was like, as someone that knows me and is part of my community, and obviously you have a perspective that, like, these things are important, and this is why I'm having this conversation with you. And I made sure to thank him, because he didn't have to have that conversation with me. He didn't have to give me the time of day. He didn't have to put that emotional labor into me. He chose to do that anyway, just to help me understand. And that is something that I don't take for granted, and that is something that I really appreciate a lot. And I'm just really trying to hold back my emotions. I'm trying. I don't want to cry. So I also apologize.
Why would you cry? Heather, I'm parasocial with Liv. Yeah, but we send each other things in the mail. You made me this wonderful flail that I can't reach at the moment.
Apologize for that. This is a very emotionally charged thing for me.
Sai's my work YouTube wife. Ilya's my friend. I'm parasocial with a lot of you. I talk to a lot of you. Oh, there's just Jamie. Just Jamie has entered Rosie's chat. She says, I respect that you are distancing yourself from her.
I want to believe the best in people, and I want to believe that
I try to find the good in Amberlynn, so I get that. I low-key love a cry. Just go chop an onion. Gives you an excuse to start blubbering.
Those things that are being said are not being said with a malicious intent, but at the end of the day, I did not just come out right and say that I didn't agree with those comments when I didn't, that I didn't think they were okay, because they weren't, because I was scared.
Oh, there's Bug Love. I've seen Bug Love. Bug Love commented on one of my videos, and I think I've seen Bug Love in the chat. I think in Ilya's chat. Crying is such a good release, though. I don't care if people call it weak. At least I'm dealing. Yeah, hey, absolutely. You're dealing with your emotions. What did ALR say? So Amberlynn had said she was in. So she finally got a Discord account. She was in Lolcow Lives. We'll get to this eventually whenever we catch up on Amberlynn stuff. She was in a Lolcow Live Discord chat, and I guess one of the people in there said something, and Amber came back with, I was also fingered by a dickless man. And people thought that she was referring to Casey and was being transphobic. And yeah, not a good comment. It wasn't even funny for what she was. She came back with, her excuse was, I was trying to make a pun. She was like, I was making a pun. That's not what a pun is, first of all. But I don't know what the other person had said exactly. But she said she was talking about the guy that the woman had was talking about a guy that had his privates chopped off or something in an accident, I think, or something. And Amberlynn came back with that, trying to make a joke, trying to make an edgy joke, be with the in crowd and this Discord thing. But it came across as very transphobic. Wasn't funny. Not a good look. And that's why Amberlynn, and in one of her last lives, she came on for just a few minutes and said that she had only been touched in that way by 3 people, and one of them wasn't Casey. So, but it's like, girl, it wasn't a funny joke. It not it it came across as very transphobic. Now, that may not have been Amberlynn's intent. Amberlynn probably thought she was in a safe space in the Lolcow live chat in Discord. But then Amberlynn is like, it never happened. This never happened to me. I was just trying to make a joke with the person that had said it. It was about that person and the person that she was, but it's like not a good look. Not a good look. I'm sure we've all said things trying to be funny that didn't land. I know I have. But yeah, not good. Not good. Especially since one of her exes is a trans man. So yeah, that was Amber's explanation for it, but it came across as very transphobic. And people were talking to Rosie in her previous live stream before this one about that, and being like, do you support these comments? Do you support this? Things like that. So that's what she's talking about.
I was scared of conflict. I was scared of what could happen, and that's on me. That is solely my responsibility and no one else's. That is not Amber's fault. That is not y'all's fault. That's my fault. And I'm sorry for that.
One thing that I've always struggled with, one thing I am super guilty of, is using run-on sentences. You may know them from their spelling and
I wanted to be someone that could be like a positive influence and someone that would be able to, provide information, provide context, call things out as I see them privately, and not make it into content, not make it into a tit for tat girl world bitch fight that some of you are bloodthirsty for. Bloodthirsty. I see it all over. I screenshotted a comment the other day of someone literally saying that
Lizzie, you should do stand-up. People shouldn't have to say I'm not racist, transphobic, ableist because actions speak louder than words. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're not wrong. I'm sure people say things sometimes without thinking that come out wrong. But yeah, be like, I'm not racist, but the next thing they're gonna say is totally racist. So it's like, shouldn't be a but after that.
Amber, so everyone should tell Amber that she looks just like me and we should be sisters because eventually she'll get jealous and she'll lash out at me. Some of y'all are fucking crazy. And that's the stuff that we bond over, that we are able to have a space to talk about, that people don't get. And that I am able to talk to her in a way that isn't just about the content or whatever. And that is, on my end, coming from a genuine place. Because I'm only going to speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for her at all. But I can't do that to my own detriment. And if I'm feeling cowardly and I'm not standing up for what I believe in and what I know to believe in, that's not okay.
If you're really friends with somebody, they should be okay with you being like, hey, I think what you said wasn't great. But we know how Amberlynn is. Amberlynn she will take it as a slight and as an insult and as just like an assassination of her character or something, and she will blow up at you. She will take it the wrong way. She will lash out.
That's not who I am. I have been and always will be strongly against transphobia. And I should have, from the get-go, said that the comment itself was something I didn't agree with, that it wasn't okay,
I agree with you.
and all of those things, instead of trying to find ways to justify it. And I think it's in my best interest that I stop discussing these things in great detail and that I see myself out of her chat. And I think it's in the best interest of my community. And
yeah, well, Amberlynn's not live right now, is she? She's not doing videos right now. But I guess Rosie's going to take a step back from Amberlynn's chat.
I think it's in the best interest of... I don't know why I said that. I don't know what else is in the best interest of, but all I can do at this point is apologize for the missteps that I've made and say that, in the time that I've been talking to her privately, I feel like
she talks like she's on TikTok all the time. She could be. What if ALR is in your Discord lurking? She could be. She absolutely could be, but we haven't really had any new members. We've had one, and that's not Amberlynn. We haven't really had any new members join the Discord because I always forget to share the link. I forget to share the Discord link. So, not that people would join anyway. Since we're talking about it, that is not the right window. Where is my Discord? Invite people. Oh God, hold on. It always thinks I'm streaming. Well, I am, but it won't let me copy the link. Which reminds me, I need to make Ilia's Discord private again. But no. Oh, why is my head is so big in my frickin'... I need to move my camera back. There we go.
It's hard because I feel like anytime I try to talk about the positives, people just tell me I'm being manipulated. And at the end of the day, if I am or am not, I don't know what to say to that, honestly. Like, if I'm just bearing my soul here and being honest, I'm not sure. And, I'm never going to come on here regarding her or other friendships that I've had and disparage people, talk badly about them, or bring drama that happened outside of the internet onto the internet, because I respect my friendships. I respect people that I choose to let into my life. I respect people that have spent a lot of time and love on me in a way that I will never go out of my way to harm them or be disrespectful towards them like that, because I've done that before and I've learned those lessons in the hardest ways possible. And I'm not interested in doing that again. So I feel that based on how everything happened, I owe you guys an apology. And I never meant, or I guess here we go with the word intent, I never intended to defend Amber, but I think especially in the beginning, that's kind of what I was inadvertently doing. And I just...
More boxes, more options. Grainger has over 1,700 box types in stock and ready to help you pack, store.
I didn't want the conflict, and I didn't want to add to the discourse. And I guess I just didn't make the connection that, like, me being publicly in her chat and publicly involved with her meant that people would expect me to publicly, like, commentate on everything that happens. And I think that was ill-advised of me. I think that was naive of me. And I think that
Hi, Allie Nunn. How are you?
if I piss off people that have, like, invested a lot of time in me and care about me, again, on a parasocial level, that matters to me. And so when these types of moments happen, I am someone that's going to sit back and reflect and think, and sometimes it might take me longer than it even did today, but I cannot thank my mod enough for taking the time to sit with me and telling me what they think exactly, and being able to have a conversation, and even at the end of it, making me laugh. That was a funny joke. And just understanding that these missteps that I did make were not made maliciously.
Somebody in the chat, her chat said, you lost to good friends like Chris and Britt over your shitty actions.
And I do have strong viewpoints on transphobia, fat phobia, all phobias, all the isms, you know, like that's always been my stance. And I shouldn't let certain things sway me. That's not okay. I'm a grown adult and I'm responsible for that. And the only thing that I can do is hold myself accountable for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the chat back on. Hopefully things aren't insane. But I feel like I've talked enough. It's been I've been talking for almost 15 minutes. So a little nervous. Let me see.
Let's watch her face for reactions here. I only half listened to what she said. Somebody just said, please let us know, are you going to remain friends with her or not? I think some of us will leave if you continue your friendship with ALR. So guilty by association? You know, if somebody wants to be friends with Amberlynn, let them fucking be friends with Amberlynn. And if they start seeing, like, wow, she is a shitty friend, she is a shitty person, then they'll be like, hey, yeah, Y'all were right. I shouldn't have become a friend with her. I shouldn't have let her into my life and all these things. But to be like, because you're friends with Amber, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I'm not going to watch you. You know, it's let her figure it out.
Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. Okay.
I will say, I think it's very odd they did become friends because of the things they had said about each other, not liking each other. I mean, the way Amberlynn went at her for being like, Tommy's never going to message you, right? Tommy's not going to get with you. And like some of the things that like Rosie has been like, yeah, don't compare me to Amberlynn. I'm not, it's just like, but now you're like besties. I don't get it. I really don't get it. And Amberlynn has said in her videos, because people have been like in her chat saying QLR is going to turn on you. She turns on everybody. And Amberlynn is like, well, if she tries to spill shit on me or whatever, I've got tea on her. I've got things that nobody else knows. So it's not really a friendship if you're keeping receipts on each other in case one of them betrays you. What kind of a friendship is that? To be like, well, let me keep my list over here. Don't cross me because look at the shit I've got on you. That's not cool. I will say though, Amberlynn's had a lot of people turn on her. Like Alexis and then Tommy saying shit and then her aunt. Amberlynn's had a lot of people try to come out and spill shit on her. So I kind of can't blame her for keeping some receipts, but it's like, why be friends with somebody if you're going to be like, well, I've got shit on them too. It just doesn't seem like a mature friendship. It doesn't seem like an honest, good friendship. Heather says ALR turns on people too. None of these people are mature enough to have friends. Yeah, I agree. None of these people should have friends. You know what, Heather? I'm gonna keep a list on you. No, it's like why be friends with people if you're just keeping it? It just doesn't make sense to me. Why do that?
Okay, I read up to what I could. Let me get back to the current chat. Yeah.
Did you read the chat?
I feel like at this point, this is not on subscriber only mode. I just realized that. Yeah. So, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure.
All right, you're not quite sure about whatever. I don't care. So yeah. So there was the whole transphobic kind of joke Amberlynn tried to make that did not land, and Rosie was kind of defending it in her last live, and then apparently she took some time to think about it. But I don't know. People are basically telling her, if you continue to be friends with Amber, I'm not going to watch you. But Amberlynn hasn't been doing any live streams or any videos, so we don't know if they're still friends or not. But it's like, why? They're just, I don't know. It's a mess. Apparently Amber Lynn reached out to her though after the Tommy breakup because of the Fifi stuff. I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess. I mean, if she wants to be friends with Amber, be friends with Amber, whatever. But Amber Lynn needs to work on being a better person. She needs to work on herself. Apparently Rosie does too. I mean, we all could use a little bit of work, right? None of us are perfect. But we've seen Rosie fake so many illnesses and conditions. For what? For attention? Excuses? So, I don't know. My tummy just growled. I need to get dinner and go back to work. But this was my little bit of a break here, about 2 hours. We're slowly watching a few things about Rosie. Again, go subscribe to Nikki Tia. She posts some content about Rosie. And yeah. Rosie's an interesting character. She seems believable, but then it's like, wait a minute. So, but thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Spending a little bit of your time with me, keeping me company, letting my brain take a little bit of a work break here, kind of reset. So, I probably won't have time to stream again until this weekend. But yeah, thanks, y'all. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. And until next time, be safe and take care.